5 Japanese dinners you cannot miss. Katsudon. Start by preparing the rice. Make a few small cuts where the meat meets the fat to prevent the meat from rolling when frying. In a bowl, add the egg and mix it. In a plate, add the panko. In another plate, add some flour. Coat the meat in the flour. Then dip it in the egg. And finish by coating it in panko. Make sure to press lightly so the panko adheres well to the meat. In a frying pan or a wok, add the oil and heat it up to 170 degrees Celsius. Add the meat and cook for a couple of minutes. Turn the meat. After 2 more minutes, it is ready. Remove from the oil and leave it to rest on a rack. Chop the onion. In a frying pan, add the dashi, the mirin, the sake, the soy sauce, the sugar, and the onion. Cook the sauce at medium-high heat until the onion is cooked. If I wasn't recording this recipe, I would normally use this time to fry the meat. And speaking of meat, it is now the perfect time to cut the meat into bite-sized pieces. Add the egg in a bowl and beat it lightly. When the onion is ready and the sauce has been reduced, add the meat and the egg. Cover and leave it to cook until the egg is 80% done. Add the rice to a bowl, and as soon as the egg is ready, top it with this delicious katsudon we have just prepared. 2. Okonomiyaki. Add the flour to the bowl. Add a teaspoon of baking powder, the water, and a teaspoon of soy sauce or instant dashi. Mix until everything is well incorporated. For a fluffier okonomiyaki, leave the batter in the fridge from 1 to 8 hours. For the garnishes, we will need a quarter of a cabbage. Remove the center of the cabbage and slice it very finely. I like to give it 1 or 2 horizontal cuts to avoid the cabbage pieces being too big. Cut off the root of a spring onion and cut it into small pieces. Cut the benishoga. This is a Japanese ginger pickle. It is optional, but we love it, so if you're up to it, please try it. Remove the dough from the fridge. Add the cabbage and the spring onion. Mix. At this point, you can add the tenkatsu, which are crunchy bits of tempura batter, the benishoga, and the neck. I'm adding 2 eggs because today I'm making 4 okonomiyakis. Mix again. In a frying pan, add a little oil. Spread it well with the help of the kitchen paper and add half of the batter. Using a spatula, finish shaping the dough. Add the slices of bacon on top and cover. Let it cook for about 5 minutes. Turn it over and cover it again. After a couple of minutes, remove the okonomiyaki. Add the okonomiyaki sauce, the kewpie mayonnaise, and your favorite toppings. 3. Oyakodon. Start by preparing the rice. Cut the onion into slices. Put them in a frying pan. Add the grated ginger and the garlic. Cut the chicken into bite-sized pieces and add it to the pan. Add the water or dashi, mirin, and the soy sauce. Cover. Cook, stirring occasionally, until the onion is well done. In the meantime, pour 2 eggs into a bowl. Whisk. Add the eggs to the pan. And as soon as they are 80% done, remove it and add it to the bowl of rice 4. Ebi Furai. Cut the head of the shrimps and using your fingers, peel them, leaving the tail. Once ready, it is time to devine the shrimp. An easy way to do it is using a toothpick. Simply insert it underneath the intestines and pull upwards. The last step before preparing the batter is to make few small cuts on the underside of the shrimp. This helps to prevent the shrimp from rolling up when frying. Let's prepare the batter. In a bowl, add the milk, the egg, the flour, the salt, and the pepper. Mix until everything is well combined. Once ready, it is time to coat the prawns in the batter. Dip the prawn in the batter. Let the excess of the batter drip off and transfer it to the plate with a panko. Press the panko lightly on the prawn so that it sticks well. Leave the prawns to rest for about 30 minutes at room temperature or up to 4 hours in the fridge. This process will help to ensure the panko adheres to the batter. In a deep fryer or wok, add the oil. Heat it until it reaches 170 degrees and add the prawns. And it's done. Now you have some crunchy and delicious ebi furai. If you like this recipe, don't miss those two. 5. Tantanmen. In less than 20 minutes, we're gonna make the ramen egg, the meat, the soup, and finally, some delicious noodles at home. Let's cook the ramen egg. In a pot, add some water. Once it's boiling, add the eggs. We're going to cook them for 6 minutes and 30 seconds. Wondering how the egg yolk is always centered in the ramen restaurants? The secret is to stir the eggs during the first 2 minutes. Prepare a bowl with cold water and some ice. As soon as the egg is cooked, we're gonna transfer it into the bowl. This will stop the cooking process. If you're in a rush, you can enjoy the eggs without marinating them. If you have more time, you can marinate them with soy sauce, or my favorite, the recipe you will find in our channel. Time for the meat. Grate the ginger and the garlic. Cut the onion into small pieces. Add a dash of oil in the pan. Cook the garlic and the ginger for a couple of minutes. Add the onions and cook them until it starts to brown. Add the minced meat and mix well. Once it starts to turn brown, add the tomato paste. The soy sauce. And for a bit of spiciness, add the toba-jang sauce. Mix well and set aside. This recipe is a collaboration with Ikigai Ramen, a passionate chef and ramen lover. If you love this recipe, make sure to check his Instagram account and share some love. The soup. Add the low sodium broth and the vegetable milk. Ikigai recommends using nut milk, soy milk without sugar, or oat milk. Add the kombu and the dried shiitake. Cook at medium heat, and just before it starts boiling, turn off the heat and add the katsuobushi. Let it sit for 10 minutes. In the meantime, in a bowl, add some soy sauce, the rice vinegar, the sesame paste, also known as tahini, and for a bit of spiciness, add some ichimi. Strain the stock and add it to the bowl and mix. Time for the noodles. Preparing the noodles at home is very easy. In a big pot, add the water. Once it's boiling, carefully add a teaspoon of baking soda. Ikigai recommends using those noodles, but any kind of Asian noodles for me should work. Cook them according to package instructions and strain. To plate, simply add the noodles to the bowl. Mix and top it with the meat, some boiled broccolini or bok choy, the ramen eggs, sesame seeds, and some chili oil. If you like these recipes, don't miss those two.